Stinky.
I don't know. Why does it make a little beep?
Yeah, I didn't really like that too. Burp. Let's play a different game. Let's go back to 2K.
Well, I was fine with it, but someone else wasn't.
Someone got all moody about it.
Sync up visual settings in 3, 2, 1. So we're playing NBA 2K, or wait, no.
What just tells you? Wide stick, dude.
Oh, NHL 2K12, right? Or 2012? What is this?
This is NHL 12. There's no 2000
NHL 12. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
NHL 5955.
Come on, man. Hey, don't.
Left
That's my social security card. It says that.
37. Well, we're doxing T. This is T, not Nate.
No, that's true. We should clarify.
I know
that.
everybody. Oh wait, we're gonna have to turn this down. We're gonna get ears blown out.
Good.
But yeah, we're messing around on NHL 12. So it's been a while since we played a game together.
Dude, it has. And I'm excited this is the one we're hopping into.
Because you're a big capitalist. You always want to go buy stuff. You're like, let's go shopping. I really want to support the economy. It's like,
That's
what a
100%
freaking
true.
bomb.
All the time, dude. I might be solely responsible for inflation.
You're responsible for my inflation fetish, I'll tell you what. All right, let's see this. What are we in the Winter Classic? Is that the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Capitals?
It sure is.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, so we're hopping in. So when you start the game, it drops you right into the Winter Classic.
And there's no way to restart that cutscene, right?
No, which is a real bummer. But we're in, and we're going to see if I remember how to play this game.
You will not.
That's true. Yeah, dude. Oh, we're moving.
So since it's been a while, I did want to say that this is going to be a Let's Play. I think you're good with playing this on and off over a while, right? Like,
yes, 100%.
Just kind of... That was offsides, dude. Even I know that.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's my bad.
So anyway, we're going to play this on and off, over the course of, who knows, some months or something, and we'll just kind of see when it's posted. Are you new, you dumbass? You absolute buffoon. Are you new?
You see how it triggers that? I do one offsides, dude.
Hey,
I look like an idiot one time.
Are you new? I like the idea that you're freaking Wayne Gretzky. You're like at the peak of your career. The coach pulls you. I saw you were offsides. Are you new?
Are you new here, dude?
How much have you played hockey?
Do you know what sport we're playing?
Are you
right
a scroll? Is this some kind of Freaky Friday thing? And did you like hop into this body? What happened? Is this Space Jam?
Because I'm going to be honest with you, Wayne. I need you to take this seriously. My wife's going to leave me if we don't win this year. So I need you to... I'm sorry. That came a little
So you want to do the tutorial, right? Or do you not want to play the Winter Classic?
I do want to do the...
So then you don't want to leave it. No, I do not want to exit it. I know that's a lot of words for you, so click no.
Okay. I'm glad you clarified on that. Okay. So I think we'll get a little bit of a reminder here of how to play as I'm going through. So some of the... All right. So we want to do some of the deeks, which I think, if I remember right... Some of them are like...
Deeks nuts.
Deeks... Okay, that's saucer pass. Very good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's no dangle.
That's going to be offsides.
We're going to get scored on. That's Ovechkin. That's not good.
Ooh, I remember Vegkin.
Vegkin? Yeah. What did you say, dude?
Veggiekin, dude.
Dude, our goalie's having a meltdown here. There we go. What do you mean Veggiekin?
No, Veggiekin. Like Dragonkin or like Dogkin or whatever, where it's like you're a furry, but you like identify as like that animal.
That's not real.
I saw this girl on TikTok who was actually really hot who thinks... I shouldn't say thinks she is, but she basically role plays being a dog. And I don't know, it might have awakened something in me. I might be into it. She's definitely a furry.
So what is this gonna, I guess, what does that entail? Like, it awaken something in you?
Well, I just mean... So, I'd date her. I don't know. That's what I mean.
But what about you as a furry,
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't live the lifestyle.
Coward.
But I would enable it. So I wouldn't
by enable, you would say, hey,
I would not send her to therapy. I'd say put the collar on and let's head to bed. You know what I mean?
So you're saying
put the ears on.
Okay, so she was leaving the house, right? She's about to leave the house. Doesn't have a furry costume
outside,
on.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't have a furry costume. See, she just dresses cutesy. She has these like ears, like animal ears that she puts on her head, like a not a tiara, but like a headband.
Yeah.
And she does some face paint type stuff sometimes. But I'm just saying she's attractive. I'm just. Probably shouldn't name her. It might be a little weird.
Sure. Okay, so then she's a furry. What is her job? What does she do? Is she a...
That's it. She's like an influencer. Like people follow her. They pay like for her like pictures and stuff like that. I think. I don't think she has an OnlyFans, but I guess I don't know.
I feel like it makes sense for her to have one.
Well, maybe I should get one.
That's what I'm saying. Why stop there? Have you ever thought OnlyFans would make me a ton of money? And I know, like, everyone says the typical feet pic.
Yeah.
What if you just posted your Johnson? What do you think about that?
I don't know. See, you know what my problem is? Like, jokes aside, I don't care what other people do. But my problem is that, like, with my religious beliefs, I would feel guilty that... I mean, and people are already out there, you know, walking the hog to me already, obviously, because of how good I look.
No, could you explain walking the hog? Could you,
no. But with you almost got offside, you're going to get offside!
Let's do some geeks.
I would feel guilty. Like, I'd feel like I was enabling people to... Well, what do you say? I don't want to say lust. That sounds so stupid.
Sure.
But do you know what I mean? Like, I'd feel like I was enabling people's bad habit. Like a parasocial relationship.
Yeah.
Where they, like, thought they were going to get something out of me they didn't. Which my problem with a lot of these OnlyFans people, and I'm being serious, and even some YouTubers, is that they don't have any goal. What are you doing, by the way? You're just, like, whacking the guy.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to get him.
My problem with a lot of these people is that they...
And what do you mean by these people?
Black people.
God.
And Jews. No, I'm just kidding. I just mean like content creators of any kind.
Okay, got it.
So like people who make OnlyFans, YouTube, any of these things, they don't have any boundaries. They do, but they don't tell you them. And so they like act like, oh, if you send me enough money, you can sleep with me. Or oh, if you pay for enough stuff, you could date me. You'd have a shot at dating
Sure.
me. They don't say it, but they act like it and they play the role. And there's a lot of people who are like mentally I don't want to say mentally ill, but like who are not doing very well mentally, who are very lonely, who buy into that, that fantasy.
Yeah.
And it's not just a fantasy to them. Like, it's not a fantasy like where you see a girl in an issue of Playboy and you think, whoa, wow. It's not that kind of fantasy.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy like you think you know the person and you think that you're like best friends with them and you think that they owe you or that you'd have a shot at being with them and they'd make you happy, which unironically, some of them probably would make you happy. Like if you all of a sudden were dating a supermodel, yeah, you'd probably be
a happy guy. Yeah.
You'd probably be a lot happier. But they're already dating somebody. You know what I mean? They're already taken or they're not interested. And so a lot of these guys, especially guys, but there are girls who do too, will like buy into that fantasy, and that would be my problem with it, is that I don't even care as much about like the fact that somebody would be, wanting me, even though I'm just literally like a 5 out of 10 average guy.
Whoa, come on, man.
All right.
Easily a 6 point.
Whoa, not raising the bar too much. Ooh. But I feel like that would bother me. That there were people out there who like thought, oh, I'm going to be this person's friend, or oh, I could date this person, or oh, I could have this person.
Sure. Sure.
And you're using that in a way. And at the same time, I get the argument is like, well, this is capitalism. It's not your fault if people unnaturally latch onto you. But I feel like when you're promoting that fantasy without boundaries, like I feel like at that point you're enabling that loneliness or that mental issue.
Could you even say like confusing people too?
Yeah, and I get that they should have the moral or mental fortitude or maturity or whatever to like figure it out. Sure, but a lot of people don't. So it's like, well, then what about those people? Like those people are just getting really wrapped up in that. You get what I mean?
I do.
That's my problem with those platforms and things. So like when I do like channel memberships or I do discussions or stuff, I actually try and answer the comments, and believe it or not, I actually do care about the people who comment in the sense of like, I know they're a human being with value. I know that what they say within reason, as long as they're not being a total ass, has value. And I do try and interact with that the best I can, but they also know that like I'm making content for them to enjoy, hopefully, and talking about things I care about. I'm not trying to sell them a lie that like if they paid me $100 a month that we'd be married or something.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's like a real problem. By the way, I can't believe they have marks on the ice back then.
Yes.
They probably do that still, but I'm just impressed with it in 2012.
They do, but they sell it now. They'll be like, look at new ice physics, and it's like actually you just took it out of NHL 20 and now it's back in 24. Like that's really cool.
Well, like it used to be a thing.
Yeah. And like one thing I do want to highlight that's super cool. So to show these, you can view the highlight.
Mm-hmm. Of what you just did.
Of what you just did.
And they don't have that now?
No.
Oh.
this is like unbelievably foreign and not even an idea. Like, this is
like the kind of people you won't hire for your job. Unbelievably foreign.
No, man,
Pit Shot is my adult name.
But look,
you know why I'm called Pit Shot?
Why
I
Pit
aim
Shot?
for the armpit. Knee pit when we're feeling spicy.
Oh, yeah. And then I want to get up and walk around it a little bit.
This is sick. I really like messing around on old sports games. They feel like forgotten technology.
Dude, and these are things that would be so cool in today's game. Even like the replays of goal replays now in games are horrible in shell games. But even like here, you can see, obviously, all that stuff is still there. Different periods, hits, penalties. I mean, the face-off, it shows you which zone and what the numbers are for each zone. That's not in the game. The shot chart, where I'm shooting, if it's a goal or not, what's happening, what the shots are. This is like a massive upgrade to what games are now.
And now they don't try.
Not at all, dude.
Hi,
So this is... And honestly, graphically, listen, I know the shell games are better graphically now, but...
It's not bad.
It's not
It's also
bad.
a different viewpoint. Like, aren't they a little closer now?
Yes.
Because I thought this was kind of back in the style of like 99, 2000, 2001, where it's like a little more zoomed out.
Yeah, like you can adjust the camera angle if you want, but like for the most part, dude, this, like the ice, all this stuff doesn't look that different, and a lot of the game features are better in this game, which is just disappointing, really. But
anyway, before we move on topics, do you get what I was saying?
I do. Yeah. It's something where I think it's tough that like with that, a lot of people just are kind of thinking about the profits and what that is, and it's really is kind of a way of selling and selling yourself, obviously to some extent, but you're selling an idea, you're selling a concept that people can latch onto, and that can bring a lot of money. So like I think people kind of forget about the morality part of it and just move into like, well, but hold on here though.
I also don't care though if somebody's like a model. You know,
Yeah.
do you?
No.
Like, I mean, I don't care. Like, but I feel like you have to be clear on what you're selling. And I think my issue is that some people are selling so much that parasocial idea that it's not just modeling at that point. Like, it's not, wow, Casey, she looks gorgeous with her top off. Like, you know, wow, I paid $10 for this picture. It's, you know, I could be with Casey.
Yeah.
And she promotes that idea. That's where I have an issue with it, where I think, like, we're crossing into some...
Also, dude, kind of can breed some really weird, potential scary problems.
Oh,
as
and
well.
people.
Yes.
Dude, now, obviously, you're never responsible for what other people do. Like, you know, if I say something like, hey, I really don't like how Joe Biden ran our government the last year or something, right? Like, that doesn't mean if somebody takes that and says, well, Jay said he didn't like Joe Biden, I'm going to go, you know, try and do something about the government. It's like, well, that's not my fault.
Right.
You know, but, like, also... I think that if I was constantly trying to encourage this rhetoric, like, somebody should do something, you know, it would be so easy to do something. Like, that's where I'm promoting an unhealthy idea, right?
Right.
Like, it's not just, hey, this is my opinion, this makes me upset. It's like, boy, wouldn't it be a shame if you did this, and here's a walkthrough? Like, that's different. And that's where I think you get into this idea of selling that fantasy, where there's a difference between, like, somebody watches an adult...
We scored!
Nice job. Somebody watches a porno... They know what it is.
Yes.
But somebody follows someone's feed every day. They paid, you know, $15 a month to get exclusive pictures. They're in their DMs because they'll DM you. There are people getting the idea of, like, I'm going to be with you. And that's where it becomes very, like, potentially dangerous. It can breed stalking. You know, even with people who don't do that. Like, remember Christina Grimmie? How she was a singer who got shot and killed. Who had been on, I believe, The Voice, and she didn't do this. That's not my point. My point is she was just a singer. Like, she was just someone who made YouTube videos. She kind of got her music found through YouTube, I believe, but the internet, and then she was, I believe, on The Voice and trained under Adam Levine and some of these guys, and she went on to perform, and some guy showed up and shot her. And he had this sick parasocial relationship idea in his head, and she hadn't promoted that in any way. You know what I mean? She was just a singer. Like,
right.
It would just be like if somebody tried to hurt Britney Spears just because she was out there. Think about that, how that's happening to celebrities, stalkers, attempted murder. All these things are happening to them when they don't have that idea of intimacy.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying when you do have it, it becomes very dangerous. You know, where someone can just walk up to you, and in some cases they think they own you. You know, like they think
Yes.
like you're like a commodity in their life.
And that they've spent so much time following you and supporting you, and a lot of those people will spend a lot of money too to like go out of their way to see you or to like earn those good graces of like.
Well, that's
hey,
why I think it's important.
I flew all the way from here to see you. Why aren't you talking to me? You know, like that's.
And if it's in a controlled environment, I think it should be totally fine. Or even like I've talked about Anthony Mackie. I don't like the way he handles things because he'll say all this stuff like about how, you know, well, I don't owe you kind of type attitude of like, well, I don't owe you to take a picture or I don't owe you to take, you know, do an autograph. It's like, sure. But like when there's kids who literally view you as Captain America because they're 5 and you turn them down, it makes you look like an asshole.
It really does.
And I feel like that's where like every time someone's approached me in real life, which has only happened a couple times ever, I do talk to them. I am nice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you my address. Who is the shooter back here, by the way? He's got a whole team.
I know,
What
dude.
in the world? Are we playing at Columbine? Holy cow, I'm terrified. What is going on out there?
That
was a cult.
It was a little freaky, man. I didn't like how that looked. I didn't.
Anyway, I'm over it. I don't need to keep talking about it. I'm just going to drone on. You get what I mean, though.
I do get what you mean. I do, yeah.
It gets scary. And I'd be very concerned that I was encouraging that behavior, which is why I try. But you know, it's also frustrating when you do try and engage with people and they take it the wrong way too. Like I had somebody the other day who was just being very disrespectful to other people in the comments, who's usually very nice, and I just said like, hey, you know what gives? You're usually very nice.
Yeah.
And they just like flew off the handle, took it personally, got really upset. And it's like, and I think they did that because they viewed it as like an attack, because to them it was probably like, well, I've watched this person 50 times and now they're attacking me. But like to me it's like, I've talked to you 3 times, you were nice all 3, why are you not being nice? And that's all it was.
Right. And you engage with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And all that. So it's
kind of like when you go to see your doctor and they don't remember you, but that's the only doctor you see, so you remember them.
So you're like, what
how do you not remember me?
Yeah, what do you mean? Why aren't you asking about my kids?
But that, I don't know, it's just, it's hard though, because it's like, so then do you engage them and they take it the wrong way and get all upset, or do you not engage them and then you're Anthony Mackie and everyone thinks you're a dick?
Right.
And then there's a lot of people who don't want to support you because of it. Like, I know Jill doesn't really even want to see the new Captain America movie because she just thinks he's a jerk. Which I don't blame her. That's kind of the front he puts up, is that he's a jerk.
And it's kind of, and I love this, by the way. So that's part of it, though, is like if you... Part of being in the public eye and being someone like Chris or Anthony Mackie, where
Chris
you
Hansen?
Chris.
I'd just be stopping predators, right?
But with that, it's like part of signing up to be Captain America is like you're gonna have to engage with people. Like that's part of. I'm pretty sure that's in their contracts all the time too, isn't it?
Well, there's morality clauses, kind of like sports players a lot of times, but it doesn't usually say like, "Hey, you have to sign autographs."
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean,
doesn't mean you have to be a dick though.
I don't know how they'd write it, like try not to be a dick, but I do think that maybe that kind of thing is sometimes needed.
That'd be pretty great if it was in the contract. Like if you could just really try hard not to be a dick. That's pretty much all we're asking here.
But if somebody came up to Anthony Mackie and was harassing him, I'd also say not cool. He has every right to turn him down.
Right.
And he does have the right to say no. He's a human being. He's not, like a... Well, it's going to sound bad because he's black. He's not a slave. And I don't mean that in terms of being black. I mean that in terms of, like... People,
whoa, man!
People don't own him because he has a character.
Oh, jeez, man! Now you bring ownership into it.
Same with RDJ. People don't own RDJ because they love Iron Man. But you'd think that as that person, you'd want to promote those heroic ideals that you promote on screen and make people feel valued in real life and like they matter.
Yes.
At least I would. Because to me, dude, if I got cast, I never would because I'm a 6'5" chunky boy. But if I got cast as like Thor or Spider-Man or Iron Man, you know how much of an honor that would be to me? Because I grew up with these characters, I love them, and I know what they mean to people, and I would want to do right by those people.
Right.
But you don't get that, like, with these things. Like, it doesn't seem like people feel that way. Hugh Jackman does.
Yeah. Yes.
He interacts with, like, all his fans and stuff.
Henry Cavill, I know.
Oh, he absolutely was good to his fans.
Momoa was, too. Momoa was really good. Like, a lot of those DC guys were really good. Ezra Miller didn't look as good.
Ezra Miller was not doing a great job there. Got a real hands-on approach with the fans. Tell you what. So,
a little too much touchy, I would say. I would say
the Spider-Man actors have not been the best with this.
Really?
Yeah.
I know Tobey's got that one where he's yelling at someone, right?
But that was always paparazzi. To me, that's different than fans. Paparazzi is people harassing you who are like media.
Yeah.
Who are basically sharks trying to get $20 out of selling a picture of you to TMZ.
Sure.
That to me is different than like go see Tobey Maguire in a store and you just say, "Hey, love your work."
Right.
To me, that's very different.
Well, I just heard John Cena talking about this in a podcast where he was talking about like, yeah, like I do my best to say hi, but also some people like just don't know boundaries. So like they'll be in the bathroom, they'll be actively taking a piss, and somebody like, "Hey man, love to shake your hand. How's it going?" It's like, do you not see what's going on here, man? Like, I can't. Let's get out of the bathroom and then I'll shake your hand. But like, what are we doing? You know, like
he just turns and faces his wiener to him at full mass. Shake it. They pees into their hand, looking them in the eye. Can you see me now? Can you? Also, this is very dead without the music. Luckily, I'm going to add some.
I know, it's super dead.
What do you want to...
Well, let's
There's
see.
no servers, so good luck with
So
that.
Hockey Ultimate Team isn't happening. Let's look at
There's the Winter Classic, which you just did, be a promo. So Winter Classic you can do anytime, I guess.
be a legend.
I'm already there. I am legend.
Oh, you can choose to be.
Wayne,
Wow. So you just choose to be immediately a monster, and then
do you want to do that?
No, I said we'd make your own guy for sure.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you want to
But
do.
that's
Doesn't look like there's
awesome.
even a career mode.
Be a pro mode is.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, yeah, that's like their. Yeah.
Be a GM? Is that be a gay short person?
Listen,
Is that
I
a slur?
don't.
Is that a slur?
It might be in the manual, but we probably don't have to check that.
Shootout mode? Is that what those guys were doing behind the glass?
Shell games have changed, and I don't think you need to. We'll play that later.
You're right, though. I do think that, he's very good. And, I know he got a lot of criticism for apologizing to China when...
But really quick, sorry.
Yeah.
Do you want to be left wing or right wing? What would you like to be?
all right.
All right. got
No.
it.
What's best?
Center's probably the most fun.
Okay,
or
yeah.
goalie. We could be goalie.
Center's like Tulsi Gabbard, RFK. Tulsi Gabbard's really hot, by the way. Even to this day. Have you seen her in a bikini?
No.
Oh, there's pictures online of her in a bikini.
Hey.
She did a lot of surfing stuff.
Really?
Yeah, she's a very athletic
If she's in the
woman.
military. She's jacked, isn't she?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I would let her boss me around. I'd let her bark orders at me. I'll tell you what, I'd be eating dinner standing up. Anyway, let's make our character.
Anyway, so all right. So let's pick our stick.
We could be the one black guy in the NHL.
We could do that. Yeah. Finally, some.
I love DEI.
There was probably 3 at this time. I'm a big DEI guy.
Let's play for BlackRock.
All right.
Anaheim Ducks? Who would pick the Ducks?
Do not be.
Wait.
Pick one from a team.
What about the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah, that's basically them. They have jerseys like that could work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, who do you want to be? I don't care. I don't care.
We'll do the Ducks. We'll do the Ducks.
Oh, I like.
Ooh. Okay, that's dope.
Are these? Can you not do this anymore?
No. I mean, to an extent, but they give you like bags that you earn, and that's how you unlock.
What do you put them over the
sticks.
head of unattractive people?
That's exactly what you do. Yeah. So if it was unattractive, you go into the crowd and you choose one. Every player does before every game and says, "You," and then
You are my tribute.
You're hideous. Let's put this bag on, and then we choose our colors.
A lot of people wish they could.
So why don't we just rock with orange and white for now? Yeah, no, that's great. You can even test it on the ice. Did you see that?
Really?
So you can go like, all right,
So it's kind of like how COD had the shooting range.
and then
where,
it
like, you
loads
could-
right in.
Yeah. That's sick. Dude, remember that? Like the armory and shooting range and stuff where you can like test out your gun's little build?
Hey, why is our guy's last name Touchy?
Touchy? He's Uncle Touchy, dude. Everybody had an Uncle Touchy, didn't they?
Is that his name?
Yeah, Uncle Touchy.
It's Uncle. We're getting absolutely destroyed here.
Yeah, 'cause
Why is his last name Touchy?
I don't know. Why not? Sponsored by Subway. We're not. He might be.
Have you played this game since we like?
I don't think I have. Well, it's a good
What's
name.
this guy's name?
I don't know. You're the one who probably named him.
We should confirm this.
I really think it might be Uncle Touchy. Birthday 2? Oh,
Dude,
February 2nd.
You know what's weird, man? Is this is like the default name? So I don't know. Like this is. Super... We've just bought this game. It's brand new. That's crazy.
It's like when you tell your mom, like, no, I didn't change it. It came that way. When I loaded up the new
Uncle
computer, it was on
Touchy.
Pornhub. I don't know.
So we need his play-by-play name. We could do Tapper.
Do that if that fits.
We'll do Tapper. There's Tatar.
What'd you call him? Tatar?
Tatar.
Let's get Tatar.
Thomas, I do want to see if they have anything close to Touchy.
Tip-off is pretty good.
Toffoli, Tigarski, Tutu.
What?
Toffee?
Tutu.
Toffee's pretty close to Touchy.
If you want, you can do that. I don't care. I don't care what you pick. Did you have more to say about John Cena?
No, I just want to kiss him on the mouth.
You just think he's a nice guy.
Yeah, I really like that guy.
I think he's a nice guy, too.
And I think he's a good example of... I mean, he's like, his whole bit is like the Make-A-Wish thing. He's done more than anyone ever in history. And he's like...
Do you think that he organizes the people ending up on that list? Like, maybe, like, they get in a bad car accident, they never can find who it was. But, like, maybe they couldn't...
That's because they can't see.
They can't see the driver. And then he shows up like, well, I was 5 minutes away. Hey! They're in critical condition.
Oh my gosh.
Take a pic.
Make-A-Wish! We did another one down, guys. I think you've been a part of the Cena Army.
You call the Cena Army?
I don't know.